What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So this was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and ironically enough, this is actually a woman that I've already reacted to before. Now, the first time I reacted to her was I came across her YouTube channel, and when I discovered her situation, I was kind of like, this is a little bit sketchy. And this was probably right before you started hearing women, or started hearing about women trying to mimic Passport Bros with Passport Sis. Now, I'll be honest with you, because I'm gonna try to find her channel and try to tag her on here, so that way you guys can find her. I gotta be honest with you guys, my first reaction to her was not the most positive one, because I am still sketchy about this dynamic. Now, here's what I do know, just to give y'all a little short. She's married to a Thai man, all right? However, my thing was the masculine feminine dynamic being an issue, because obviously with her being American and her being in foreign businesses prior to living in Thailand, obviously we know who the breadwinner is, and that was my concern. But as we're gonna see here in this video that she put on TikTok, that does not seem to be the case, and she actually seems to see the same problems that we see in the West. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Some advice to Passport Bros coming from a Passport Sis, because I came to Thailand over 10 years ago and I fell in love my first day here in Koh Samui with my husband, who is Thai. I was never planning on coming here to meet a man, but that's what ended up happening. So
now I want y'all to keep that in mind. She didn't go to Thailand looking for a husband. As a matter of fact, the first video that I reacted to of her, she was going there to start a business, and she's started many of businesses since she's been out there. All right, let's keep it moving.
So a lot of men, they come here and they're hoping to meet a woman who's more feminine and more will fulfill that, I guess, the feminine role that they're looking for. And that is what I was attracted to my husband, not the feminine role, but I was attracted to my husband Watt because he was very masculine. When we would go out, he was very extremely protective of me. I felt safe. I loved that feeling of feeling like, wow, this is a masculine man who would kick somebody or somebody if they hurt me. I love that feeling, and he's always been so protective of me and wouldn't hesitate to knock someone out if I was in danger, and I didn't always feel that in past relationships.
Now, this is where I gotta give her some pushback. Now, I will give her this. She embraced the other masculine traits in him, knowing more than likely she would be the breadwinner. So she didn't let that get in her way, unlike a lot of Western women. However, I find it hard to believe that you couldn't find a man in the United States that could show you that he would be willing to protect and defend you, even if he made less money than you. I have a hard time believing you couldn't find that in the United. I'm sorry. I just don't. You know what I mean? It's too many men out here sticking their neck out for women and losing their life over women. So I just have a hard time believing that. But she, in the other video that I reacted to months ago, she did mention how he was very protective of her, and you know, the way she explained it, in my opinion, it kind of came off as thirsty, because in my honest opinion, I don't think he would do that for another Thai woman, because it seems like he went all out for you because he saw an opportunity at an American woman. This is just me, this is just my opinion, but considering, I mean, it's a lot of beautiful Thai women out there. Why is he jumping out the window for you and not any of those other Thai women? Just something to think about. All right, let's keep it moving.
And I think there is an imbalance in the West, or coming from an American perspective, of the role of men and women. And personally, I have been in work situations where I felt like I didn't get the same advantages as men, but I didn't stay in those businesses in that, in that work environment long. I would find another job. And I have always used being a woman to my advantage. And I think there's a lot of advantages to being a woman. And I've never focused on being a victim because of my gender. And I have a successful YouTube channel where I get a lot of comments, and most of them are good, but I do get a lot of negative comments. And I noticed that a lot of the negative comments were from women, and women need to take responsibility for that. Why we feel like we need to tear another woman down, maybe because we see that she has something that we don't have, or because of jealousy. A lot of the misogyny actually comes from other women and not from men.
You can't make this shit up.
Hold on. So let me get this straight. You mean to tell me that y'all got a quote unquote passport sister who is over here winning, by most people's standards? She's in a marriage she's married to a man, has kids with him, they live together, everything. Living a simple, easy life. And you mean to tell me she got more women hating her than men, bruh? Think about this, bro. Hey, like Man of Fear's highlights say, this is pure gold, and you can't make this shit up. You mean to tell me that women are hating her more than men, and it's the men that are over here trying to tell y'all can't move like us? The reason why she was able to make it work is because she overlooked the financial burden for all the other masculine traits that he brought to the relationship. That's the only way y'all gonna be able to do what she does. Because most of y'all are gonna go over here to these other countries making more than these men, because you're American. So I gotta give her respect for that. But man, that's shocking to see that she's getting more hate from women than men, and she winning technically. Bruh, yo, like, these women can't keep pointing the finger at us anymore. That's crazy. Let's keep it moving.
It's important to not blame other people for our problems, to take responsibility and take ownership and know that we can find a solution and that we can overcome. And if you have that mindset, that's going to work to your advantage. Now, for relationships, relationship wise, if you come and you meet a person of another culture, like I met a Thai man, you have to realize that there's going to be huge cultural differences, and the biggest issues in relationships is trust and communication. And the trust, you should be able to deal with that kind of soon. Like, you can see if someone is trustworthy, and you don't want to be with a cheater, and you should look at their family. Like, is their mom a cheater? Is their dad a cheater? Their brother and sister? Like, do they come from a family that is faithful? Or their friends, are they surrounded by friends who have a history of cheating? Do they have a history of cheating? Then communication, that's really hard, to be honest, to learn how to communicate, because Southeast Asians, they don't communicate the same way as Americans, as Europeans, because they tend to be in the now. They don't like to talk about the past, and they don't really like to focus too much on the future. It's much more of the Buddhist mindset of living in the now. But that shouldn't stop you from having a successful relationship. The biggest challenge for me was that I'm a deep thinker, and I like long conversations, and I like to talk about the world and what. My husband is just different. My husband is a simple man, and I can't have those types of conversations with him. But you know what? I am able to explain complex things to him in a simple way, and that's been good for me and for my brain, and to learn how to break things down simply. And he can give me wise advice on his perspective of that. But what I've done is that I've actively gone out and sought friends, good friends who aren't going to drag me into drinking and drugs, friends who are loyal and who have my back. And you have to do that continuously as an expat if you decide to live in another country, because you're going to always have people coming and going, and that's the reality of it. So it can be very lonely, but as long as you have love in your relationship and you love that person, you can make it work.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she genuinely loves dude. Like they have kids and everything. Like they out there making it work, man. So kudos to her. I ain't, you feel me? I ain't mad at her. She's making it work. She's doing something most women cannot do, and that's overlook the fact that you are the breadwinner and still treat that man like he's a head of the household, and let him be in his masculine frame while you're in your feminine, and be the breadwinner all at the same time. That's very hard for women to do. Modern women, and modern Western women in particular. Man, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. This was very interesting, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description, as well as my latest mixtape, Lost Music Volume 2. And if you want to purchase any of the merch, check out the spreadshot.com link. That is in the description as well. So until the next video, y'all, deuces.